Majority of the first half, so well played.
Okay, here we go. It's going to be South Korea versus Sri Lanka. This should be a beauty. From the Olympic Stadium in Huizhou, China. Our third round robin match today on the men's side of the draw. And these two teams will be desperately trying to win this game. Either of them could take out the pool. Look out for Jang Jong-min in 7, one of the leading try scorers in the tournament. Big Jang Seong-min in 3, he's a danger man. Lee Jae-bok in 5. Andre Coquillard is back with us in number 8. He was absent, but some talent on the bench too. Kim Namuk, one of the big 15 stars. Some big players here. Look at that. Number 3, Dansha Dayan, Kevin Dixon. And we also saw players like Janidu Dilshan. And on the bench, Dikumbure scored some very good tries. They got some really prolific killer players who can just go from anywhere. Both these sides have very speedy players. Probably got quicker players than other teams like China and Hong Kong, even Japan. This is a big game first up for these two sides, Jed.
Certainly is, and I can only think that Korea are going to be right up against the wall on this occasion. The Tuskers will be feeling at home here in the heat and the fast track, and they've got some fast air if they want to call on it. We know out wide they can really motor, but the question is, if South Korea decide to hold on to the ball and take it straight at them, they've got the size, they've got the strength to blow the doors off. There's no doubt about it.
Michael Caine style. So this is a pool A match. Our referee, Morgan White from Hong Kong, an up-and-coming young referee from the society. We just saw Hong Kong beat UAE 22-7. We saw China beat Philippines 21-15. No walkovers today so far, and you can expect a close one here. Lee Jae-bok, the skipper, with his prolific left boot, will get us underway. Korea a side that can play some damaging sevens once they get their mojo. This is Kevin Dixon here in number 7. He's a dynamo himself. Danuk goes in, tries to win that. Andre Coquillard making a pest of himself straight away. Dansha Dayan. And the two speedsters lock horns early. There's Jang Jong-min out there in 7. They look sprightly, don't they, Sri Lanka? Straight up. Jessen gets it away. There's Dansha Dayan again. They're taking the line on. I often see Sri Lankans just pass it back and forth across the field, but Coach Matthew Lee's got them asking questions of the line already. They're up to halfway now, and that's a big run. Big tackle from Huang. Good continuity from Sri Lanka. They're managing to hold on to this ball. Still in their own half, though. Here's Stelina. It's a one-on-one. Jang Song-min won't be beaten. And finally, they work it back. Good tackle from Jang Song-min. Korea now looking to get it to their danger men. Here's Coquillard. And that one's gone forward. They were just in front of the ball there, so that's just a little bit lazy. They were looking for Jang Jong-min out wide, and they're going to have to now look after the scrum instead.
Well, the second period of defence for Korea inside the first 2 minutes. They'll be starting to feel the pinch come the 7-minute mark, unless they get the ball back from this. Potentially they could too. Look at the size of this Korean forward pack right now. Might come off the mark and really give the Tuskers something to think about.
Jang Song-min against Danuk on the side. They get it out quickly, Sri Lanka. Off they go. Oh, and the fend is beautiful from Janidu Dilshan. And you can't coach that. That sort of fend there, making something out of nothing, and there's two Koreans sprawled on the floor in back play. And they've been rewarded for some enterprising opening play in this first 3 minutes. That is dynamite.
Here we go, the outside gap, the channel's open. Talk about rapid. And we know that the Korean team didn't have the happiest trips here. Stuck on a bus for 2.5 hours, waiting to share the ride to the host city. So they turned up in less than ideal state. Might that travelling factor have something to do with today's performance? Look out, here come the Tuskers again.
They're up 7-0. They've won that from the restart. Poorly handled by Korea. This is Dinuk. Gets on the outside. Try number 2, is it? No. Oh, great tackle from Jang Song Min there. He's an athlete, this man. And for all money, I thought Janito Dilshan was in. He's pulled off a beauty.
Great ball out the back. A la Sonny Bill. There really wasn't much in that, was there?
Jang's had to turn there. He was involved in the tackle. As the ball squirted out, he had to turn, and he did it. He's a big man, but he's very quick. Here they are, looking for Jang Jong Min out wide. There is Jang lurking. Lee Seong Bai decides to take off. Gives it to Jang, gets it back again. Good interplay from these two. Jang Jong Min, he's electrifying. Will he go all the way? No, he's been matched for speed there by Kevin Dixon. It's high though, the arms out, coming on at paces. Big Huang and Zhou, and look at that over the line. Kim Kwang Min, I think everybody's touched it. That's an 80-metre effort by South Korea. And there must have been 15 passes. That's a beauty, Jed.
And a yellow card to boot with it as well. So the Tuskers now down to 6. Plus the ignominy of letting a try go. We're back to even Stevens. All that running, all that hustle, all that effort in the opening 3 or 4 minutes. Well, it's disappeared. Might call, is that the call for the head high there? Swinging arm over the shoulder. I think it was. Diversion unsuccessful.
Yeah, incredible continuity there down that far side. Jang Jong Min, sorry. Kim Kwang Min. Fantastic stuff. We've got a game on here as we thought we would. Selina Bandara's in the pocket. Takes that one. There's 4 players committed to that. Here's Janito Dilshan, the try scorer. That's good defensive work from Kim Kwang Min. He can't work it back though. Danuk out to Jessen. Look out, he's running to Kokolad and Jang Song Min. Minute and a half, look. They try to get away. It's Reza. He's also like an electric eel. Janito Dilshan. It's at the back though for Korea now. They've got just over a minute. Oh, huge show and go from Lee Seong Bai. Bounce pass to Kim Kwang Min. Kokolad now. He's got some skills, this big man. This time he goes to ground. Shovels it back to Kim Kwang Min. He's up against a couple of Koreans here. Gets his knee on the ground. The other Sri Lankans didn't pile in there. Jang Song Min. Here's the big forward, Huang. And he's just run over the line there. He needed to angle back and field. That's a pretty easy defensive effort there. Made it easy for the Sri Lankans.
Well, not long now until Sri Lanka are back to a full complement of players. 5-7 their lead. They've had to work hard, extra hard. Not the only ones feeling it too by the looks of these pitches. Some big men on the Korean side. They're starting to suck the big ones already.
There is the hooter. Sri Lanka are up by 2. They'll probably want to make something out of this. Reza. Look at Kokolard there. He's like an octopus. Here's Reza again. They're looking just to get the ball into these electrifying runners. And Huang does well there. He's caught out of the line, but he eventually makes the tackle. That's good work from him. Getting on the outside is the speedster Jessen. And he skinned Kokolard there, as well as Kim Guang-min, and he's got some gas too. They've got 6 or 7 electrifying runners, and they finish with a try after the hooter.
The Tuskers getting around Korea one more time. I've seen them play in the sweltering humidity of Colombo, and they take to it like ducks to water. Superb run. The balance on him. Trots down to give him a guaranteed extra 2. Sri Lanka in command of this game against Korea. No two ways about it.
And the viewers on the Facebook feed are piling in with the comments there. They're happy with that one. 2 tries to 1 in the first half. Of course, the Asia Rugby 7 Series moves to Colombo 2 weeks from now. Hope to see you there. We look at the placings 2 weeks ago in Korea. Sri Lankans finished 5th, beating the Philippines in the 5th-6th playoff. South Korea losing the 3rd and 4th battle against China to take 4th spot. China in 3rd, Hong Kong losing to Japan in the cup final. And this series really is all about seedings for the Olympic qualifiers. And also, at a chance, the final standings of the series will also offer 2 sides the chance to compete in the 7 Series qualifiers, which will be held in February in Chile and Uruguay. And a interesting new move for HSBC World 7 Series qualification process. Normally it came down to a Hong Kong event, but they've decided to take 2 legs leading into that to decide who will actually compete in that qualifying tournament. And that'll be based on the outcome of the tournaments in Chile and Uruguay at the back half of February. So big expense bills for those tours, Jed.
Well, they're going to need commentators, Grant. There's absolutely no two ways about it.
Are you available?
I think I'll just check my diary to see exactly how available I am and for how long I may be available. I'm not going to be waiting by the phone, however.
Meat and red wine. What a festival it will be. Here's Kokolard as we get underway in the second half. Jang Jong-min out to Kim Hyun-soo, who's on in 9. They're trailing by, they need a couple of scores already. And that's a little bit sloppy. They've got away with it. Here goes Jang Song-min, 1 to beat. And he trips himself up. That's a let-off for the final defender there. Seen 115 kilos of Jang Song-min, Korean beef running at them. There he is again. I've seen a few people tripping over today. Here's Lee Jae-bok in 5. Gets it back again. And we've seen a much more patient effort from the Koreans already this week as they give away the penalty. They're willing to work their way down the field. Here goes Janido Dilshan, scored 1 already. He's got Jang Jong-min. He slips out of Jang's tackle. He bounces back to his feet, but he can't get him. And that's a vicious blow. There's 4 or 5 Koreans back, resting their hands on their knees and back plate. That's soul destroying, isn't it?
Well, said at the top of the game, conditions here are very, very difficult, and I think we're seeing just how well suited to these high temperatures the Tuskers are. It's not the only reason they're winning, obviously, but it's energy sapping work trying to chase these men who already can run like the wind. You've got to try and check them. 30 plus degrees, 80 plus humidity. And you can't run holes through a team if you can't get the ball. It's one of the things the Tuskers have done very, very well. Not only attacked, but they've kept hold of the ball, used it well.
They've put a gap here on Korea. They've got to be next to score. They've shown some good phase play, some good continuity. They're struggling to get their fast men away. They're up against a very fast team indeed. Going in hard is Kim Kwong-min at the ball there, and as he won it, the Sri Lankans have held on. Struggling to get the ball back off Sri Lanka. Here's Kim Kwong-min with the tackle. Jason there. Good thing they got hold of him early. He's like grease lightning. Korea now. They've got 4 minutes. They have time. They need to score 3 times. Here's Jang Jong-min to Jang Seong-min. The big man will try to bump him off air. He's very powerful, but they're looking after him. Gang tackle. Reza comes in. Lee Kwong-hwan. That's a great tackle. Danusha Dayan around the ankles. Can't run without their legs, as most fathers will tell their kids. Jang Seong-min again. They go high on him. That's not usually the best option on the big man. They bring him down. Kim Kwong-min struggling to get anything out of the Sri Lankan defence. It's an all-new defensive lineup. Coach Matthew Lee has been working hard in the 2 weeks off. Big Hwang goes in upright, and Gumunu Chitia meets him and takes him. Struggling to get an inch here, looking for an opening. Lee Jai Bok is over the top. Legs are getting heavy. 3 minutes remaining. I think they're looking for one individual to blow this open. Here he is, Jang Jong-min, gives it to Hwang. That's the only way he knows. That's what he's there for, but it's spilled out the back. Look out, Korea. Here comes Sri Lanka. They're blowing them open. Just fantastic, patient defence, looking for their opportunity, and Kevin Dixon it is. And again, they've turned over Korea, who are all back in the Sri Lankan half, just wondering what happened there.
Well, I'm glad they're not showing the shots of the back play or the backfield at the moment, because Korea lay strewn across the park as what is going to be an emphatic win for the Tuskers. Takes another step towards being. He's a consistent performer for the Tuskers, isn't he, Dixon?
Is it just me, Jed, or is this a different looking Sri Lankan side we're seeing here from 2 weeks ago? We've only seen 12 minutes or so, but they just look so much sharper on defence, and they look blistering once they get the ball. They really didn't look very impressive in Korea, and they wound up 5th. They look like top 4 contenders for sure this week.
Certainly do at the moment. They look very much that way. They're a confidence-driven team, though. We know that, and it can be risky in sevens. You can have all the confidence in the world, but if the momentum leaves you, well, you're in real trouble. It's about how to start the fire again, but you don't have to worry about that at the moment. The Tuskers, it's all going their way.
And nothing's going Korea's way. A little unfortunate fumble there at the restart. Sri Lanka now probably just trying to play this game out with a minute to go. They'll be in no hurry. I'm sure the Koreans probably in no hurry either. This one's long gone. You look later down, scheduled today, Korea will be up against Japan in the final match of today, game 16. That's going to be a bloodbath if Korea can't pick themselves up. Sri Lanka will play Chinese Taipei against the bottom seed. But with this win, Sri Lanka have, in the very least, look like they'll at least sew up second spot. After this match, we'll have Japan, Chinese Taipei, the final round of men's games in the first round. Lee Jai Bok here. Early push. Lee Jai Bok goes quick. Kim Yong-hwan to Lee Hyun-yong-hwan. Coach Oh Seo-chun giving some of the new youngsters a run. And they've turned that one over again. Sri Lanka just playing far better sevens rugby. They've employed themselves a coach that understands sevens. In Korea, one of their downfalls over the last 5 years, they have the players, the athletes. They haven't really invested in recognised sevens experts. Which is interesting, isn't it, Jed? When you see teams like Thailand investing in, ex-All Blacks, and China is investing in, Olympic coaches, that Korea, they're investing in hosting the Olympic qualifiers, but they still yet to play the sevens. We know they probably could if they had a decent coach that knows his way around the sevens pitch a bit harder. So Korea, they've been pumped here by Sri Lanka, and they look very, very good indeed. And that's an exciting matchup later today. Korea-Japan, 28